There's some research that suggests that histamine can trigger migraines in susceptible individuals, and this result causes vasodilation, which can be a real big contributing factor to migraine headaches. So I and I will really actually look quite closely at food and food intake, and maybe food intolerances in connection with those migraine sufferers, because there is a real connection between histamine and obviously these triggers. We also look at cardiovascular issues, because we may not always put the link here, but cardio or heart rhythm problems. Histamine can influence heart rate and rhythm. Due to excessive release of histamine can cause severe allergic reactions and anaphylaxis. And it may not necessarily be an anaphylaxis, but it can just lead to abnormal heart rhythms in some patients. We also look at skin conditions. So eczema and psoriasis, these have a histamine connection. So these symptoms can be, or these conditions can be exasperated by histamine, contributing to more itching and inflammation. We look at psychiatric and cognitive effect as well. So anxiety and depression, because there is a neurotransmitter connection in histamine, it has actually been implicated in various psychiatric and cognitive conditions and functions. So this dysregulation in histamine levels can potentially contribute to anxiety, depression, and maybe even other mood disorders. So again, a very interesting area of study. So what are some natural remedies and supplements that I would consider? And quercetin is one of my favorites. So this is a natural flavonoid. It's actually very commonly found in various fruits and vegetables, but as a supplementation, it's really believed to play a big role in stabilizing the mast cells and decreasing release in histamine, particularly for those that tend to be quite hypersensitive. We look at bromelain. So this is an enzyme present in pineapple, and it's also known for its anti-inflammatory effects. And when taken together with quercetin, it actually helps absorb quercetin. Then we look at vitamin C. This is the world's natural and most powerful antihistamine. So this is a very beautiful one to support boosting that immune system or supporting the immune system. We look at butterbur as another one. So studies have indicated that this actually lovely little herb can help alleviate allergy symptoms. Nettle leaf or stinging nettle leaf is one of my favorite ones. You think in the spring, that's actually very abundant, that starts to grow. That, those early nettle leaves are actually very useful. You can consume it in the form of tea or in capsule form if you want to, but it is a natural antihistamine. Now, probiotics, I'm a big fan. So beneficial, obviously, for the gut health. We talked in length about how actually there's such a gut connection and component here to the release of histamine. But also the immune system. So most of our immune system is housed and the response comes from our gut. So it's really very important one to look at and to support long term. Omega-3 essential fatty acids. So this is found in fish oil, flaxseed, among many other areas. But these acids are recognized for their anti-inflammatory properties. We're pretty inflamed out there, guys. So it's something to really look at. Magnesium, another one of my favorites. So there's many different forms of magnesium, but there's certain strains that are really well studied to support decreasing the bronchial reactivity in those that have asthma conditions. We look at zinc, renowned for its immune boosting properties, and many other things, also really very gut health supportive. But it can really help to regulate the histamine response. Selenium is another one, incredible little antioxidant that aids in supporting the immune function. Vitamin D, huge, 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 huge one. And many of us are deficient or insufficient in our levels of vitamin D. So it has been associated actually with higher incidences of allergic reactions in many people. And then lastly, we have vitamin E. So it possesses, again, natural inflammatory processes, and it may contribute to many immune health supportive properties. Please drink enough water. So guys, drinking enough water actually thins out mucus and potentially can ease those allergic symptoms. But histamine is released in the body as soon as it's dehydrated. Try to manage the stress, with activities like, yoga or meditation, deep breathing exercises. I know that's not for everybody, but there's so much research around it now, guys, on how stress just affects so many different processes in our bodies. Now, in addition to that, I mentioned kinesiology, so I'm going to add this in there as well. So kinesiology refers to the study of body movements, and in the context of alternative medicine, it often focuses on muscle testing to diagnose maybe imbalances in the body's structural, chemical, and emotional energy. It is so beautiful, kinesiology. Honestly, it truly is. And applied kinesiology is a branch used by some chiropractors and other health professionals that will evaluate the strength of various muscles as a diagnostic tool. We talked a little bit about stress and some stress management techniques, but looking at breathing in particular, so breathing exercises like buteyko breathing method or diaphragmatic breathing can really, really help lessen symptoms because you're really calming that sympathetic nervous system. So really consider that as part of your plan, because it's something you carry with you everywhere, and it's really something that you can, quite easily add into your day and do consistently and do regularly. So there's a lot there that you can really, a lot that we have already built within us that you can support yourself. So don't feel hopeless and helpless. Think about, what are those basic things that I can do? What can I do within my immediate environment and within my budget, my remit, and my understanding to support my body? And then once you've covered all of those things, you can look beyond to get some more support as needed. So there we go. I hope you guys found that helpful. There was a lot there, and lots of different angles between histamine and mast cell activation and food intolerances and allergies, and it just kept going on and on. But I hope there was some juice there and some tools and some lovely little nuggets and maybe some light bulb moments. Be like, oh, that could be me. Maybe this is worth investigating and looking a little bit further. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, I love hanging out with you guys, and I will see you next time.